Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
We don't have any honored guests today, so thank you for waking up early. Throughout your whole life, it's been embedded in you to do good in school, to get good grades, excuse me, to graduate, eventually to go to college, or to learn trade. To be a doctor, you have to do 4 years undergraduate school. You got to do your 4 years of college, and then you got to go to medical school, which is another 4 years. And then depending on what you're going to specialize in, you either do 3 to 8 years of residency. So it's a lot of schooling. If you want to be a lawyer, again, you have to do 4 years of college, and then you do your law school. And then after that, depending if you're going to specialize in something, if you're going to do tax law, corporate law, something like that, then you go further schooling, or then you take the bar exam before you can practice. If you want to be a teacher, you have to do your 4 years of college to get your bachelor's. If you want to do your master's or get your PhD, so that's 4 to 8 years of schooling. So it's a lot of preparation. Say an electrician. You want to be an electrician, you can take a 2-year class at a local community college, get an associate's degree, and then you've got to do your apprenticeship, right? But the one job nobody can ever prepare you for is being a parent. There's no app for that. There's no YouTube channel for that. There's no manual. There's no 1-800 number you can call for tech support. Hey, how do I do this? So that's the one job no one can ever prepare you for. It was July 23rd, 1994. At the age of 20, I became a father. I've seen a lot of things in my years. I grew up in the streets of New York, in the Bronx, running around. At the age of 20, you think you're invincible. You think, I got this, no big deal. But nothing in my wildest dreams could ever prepare me for that moment when the doctor handed me this little person and said, here's your baby daughter. And at that moment, I realized, holy crap, I'm responsible for this person. And again, nothing can ever prepare you for that. Once you bring the baby home, it's a whole new thing that you gotta learn. Let me tell you, nothing will ever prepare you for changing a poopy diaper the first time. Nothing will ever prepare you for having to change your clothes 3 or 4 times because your child went through, peed on you, and you have to change your clothes. When you have to change your clothes after your baby threw up on you, change your clothes again. How to feed it, no manual for that. Not only that, but nobody tells you that you have to burp a baby after you feed them. Because guess what? They're going to throw up on you. So I had to learn that the hard way. Moving along through your first words, you got to teach your child, how to speak, read to them. Then you start kindergarten, and that's when it gets exciting. Being a father, had to learn from my background, never being around young children. I had to learn how to fix my daughter's hair. Let me tell you, the first couple times she would go to school, pigtail this way, one pigtail in the back. Some days she'd show up like a unicorn, and I get that phone call from her mom. What the hell were you thinking? I don't know. After the first few times, let me tell you, I became a real good expert at making those pigtails. So now, forget it. Pigtails, I'm specialized in that. Then you go through the elementary years. And now it's the years, they call them the molding years, where you got to teach your children how to be empathetic, how to be good citizens, teach them values, and eventually you want them to grow up and be good people. So there's a new set of challenges there. So you want to make sure that you always take time for them, you always teach them. Then I even talk about junior high school and high school years. So anybody that's raised teenagers knows what I mean. Going through teenage life, wow, it's challenging. Especially if you have a daughter, you got to deal with boys calling, you got to deal with the thought of your daughter dating, so it can be challenging. And again, there's no manual that can ever teach you or prepare you for any of that. After a few years ago, I was fortunate enough to be a parent again, and I had my son. And let me tell you, if I thought I had mastered the art of being a dad to a daughter, my son pushed me to a whole nother level. He's taught me the value of patience. He's taught me the value of more patience. And he's taught me the value of even more patience. He's a little character. For those that work with me know my son, but he can be a little handful, but at the end of the day, it's those little things that keep me on the edge, you know, make me feel young. And I have to chase after him. Every time when I have him, I have to run around him, and I have to keep up with him, not the other way around. And it can be very challenging. It's funny because I went from playing with Barbie dolls and having tea parties to playing with Hot Wheels and Legos. So it's been pretty fun. He taught me, like I said, a lot of patience, taught me to be a better person. And after going through it the first time, you think, oh, I got this, no problem. Let me tell you, every child is different. And for those of you that have more than one child, you know that every child is different. So one can be obnoxious, and the other one can be sweet. One you want to punch in the face, and the other one you don't. So it can be challenging. So so again, it's the one job that nobody can ever prepare you for. And quoting, I believe his name was Henry Beecher, said, "You never know the love of a parent until you become a parent yourself." So, fellow Toastmasters, thank you.